Hello everyone, welcome back to this video. It's a Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur preview. This game will be taking place at Old Trafford, and yeah, after we talk about this game, I think we'll dive a bit into the India result as well. I would have done a watch long for that, but Neil wasn't here, so I didn't really feel like it. But they hurt me, Sam, and I guess first because your thoughts, like that's the first on the United and Spurs game.
Yeah, it's a huge game, and it's kind of a difficult game to preview because I don't know what the player situations will be like. Is Onana going to be available for this game? I don't really know.
Yes.
Oh, he's available.
However, Spurs do have quite a few injury concerns. I believe Basumu, James Madison. I think.
I mean, Basum's going to AFCON, so right?
Yeah, Basuma's going to the AFCON. James Madison, I believe, is out as well. So is Son. So yeah, I think they'll be weakened.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are going to have players missing for the tournaments respectively. Obviously, I think you guys have I think it's what is it called? Amrabat. Yeah, Amrabat. He's not going to be there. And Spurs, I think Bissouma, and I think Son. Anyone else? I think that's it.
I think that's it. And of course they also have like other injuries as well, like Madison was also out as well. So and so yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. Of course, last time out it wasn't really good for United. First half we actually were right. I remember last time, but second half we just were not good enough. And however, big news for United is that Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, Casemiro, Lisandro Martinez, and Anthony will all be back for his game. So that's great news. I think that pretty much means that Ten Hag can put his best on them out after months. So yeah, I think it'll be pretty big for United. And honestly, I'll say it right now, I do expect United to win. Of course, no disrespect to Spurs at all, but on paper, United should win because we have all our best players back, and Spurs are weakened as well, and we only have Amrabat, who doesn't even play that much with us, who's gone to the AFCON. So I mean, I think there should be a game United to be winning, to be honest. It's going to be interesting. I mean, Spurs, this season, Spurs, I mean, Hans Postecoglou, I remember he made a few comments saying that they still think that in the title race, which is pretty interesting, pretty wishful thinking, but I mean, they're closer than us, but yeah, a bit wishful thinking there. And yeah, and Spurs as well. They're not Spurs. Chelsea beat Fulham 1-0 as well, so fair enough for them. Cool, penalty. And yeah, so yeah, I guess I'll just get to the lineup for this game. So yeah, in goal, I think it will be Onana. I mean, the fact that he's planning to go straight to the first AFCON game right after, playing against Spurs. I mean, I respect the dedication, but it's too risky because as a goalkeeper, focus is so important, and I feel like if he plays tomorrow, he might be more focused on the AFCON. He might have his mind on that, and that can really affect his focus. So
yeah, and plus he hasn't. You wouldn't have done any training with Cameroon before the game, so like you need to have training.
I mean, like when it comes to things like this, I feel like just pick one. Do not do both. Do not try to do both. Just pick one: club or international.
Yeah, and the thing is, now I did hear, which is actually really interesting. Ivory Coast and England are actually in the same time, which I just didn't even. Yeah.
How does that work?
I think it's because the fact that England observed daylight saving time and Ivory Coast, I guess, doesn't. So maybe that's why. Maybe it's just temporary. But yeah, I mean, you still have to take into account the distance to travel. I think you'll be exhausted having to travel.
And I mean, again, like I've talked about this before, as athletes, I mean, you and I probably both travel internationally. It takes us at least a day and a half to fully recover from traveling. But he's like and I think he won't have time to rest at all. Like as soon as he's out of the airport, he's gonna have to go straight to the Cameroon ground and start training with him.
Yeah, and Cameroon have a tough group in AFCON. It's not even easy. It's not an easy group. Like yeah, they have defending AFCON champions there. And Gambia, they made the quarterfinals last edition. So, and then you have Guinea as well. So like it's not an easy group. So,
big tournament for them. Yeah, score. We'll be doing a score predictions at the end of the stream. So yeah, center backs Lisandro and Varane feels so good to say that again. And yeah, I think I expect a good defensive performance tomorrow because I'm pretty sure tomorrow we'll have our best back line available. So the left back Shaw, right back. I'll probably go wrong. I think the thing below. So yeah, then midfields. I think Casemiro is a must, and I hope at least that since Casemiro is back, I think he'll stop using McTominay because I'm pretty sure that for Ten Hag, Eriksen and Mainu are higher in the pecking order than McTominay. So yeah, hopefully I'm seeing McTominay for a while. Nothing personal, just as a footballer, he is not good enough. On a midfielder, I think. That's it. I mean, Mino actually. Yeah, go for Mino. And I believe this is our best. I believe.
Also, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
This might be a weird question to ask. Why does the Premier League have only 5 games this weekend?
Wait, what? Only 5 games?
Yeah, there's only 5 games.
Maybe. Wait, that's actually a bit higher. Wait, I have to look at
I just don't understand why there's only 5 games. So, as you're a Premier League fan, I think you would probably know the answer to this than I do. So,
only as I have to check again. With the Chelsea Fulham playing today. Okay, fine. And then on league table, nice day. Oh, I think the games are spread out throughout next week as well.
I see.
Spread out. But yeah, that's still really weird. Yeah, that's weird. So yeah. Next
I guess they split it up so there won't be fixture congestion. I guess, and I don't know.
Yeah, I guess
maybe that becoming care. I don't know, honestly. I mean, to be fair, there was a lot of fixtures in December, so maybe they're just giving more players time to rest. I guess that's the only explanation.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Bruno, then front three, Rashford, kind of coming back into form. I mean, let's see what happens. Striker Rasmus, hopefully keep up his good form, and then off the right, Garnacho. So yeah, I think it is Manchester United's best starting 11 right now. So hopefully it'll be enough to get a good result tomorrow. And yeah, I mean, it's at Old Trafford as well, so I do kind of expect a good results. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. I know we're going to Champions as well. Sancho to Borussia Dortmund is officially a done deal. So, I mean, yeah, what do you think about Sancho going back to the Bundesliga?
Yeah, it's good. Oh, it says here Ahmed Diallo is on international duty.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Ahmed.
Oh, I forgot about Sar. Sar is also on international duty.
Oh yeah, Pape Martins.
Yeah.
No,
I guess
but it says no. It says it says he's not there.
Okay, I don't know. Football, you need to update this. Oh, also, are you scared of Warner, man? Warner is joining Spurs. This will be his first game. Dude, Warner scores his debut. That would be crazy.
So you're asking me if I'm scared of Warner?
Yeah. Okay, hear me out. I think he could have a good game, but I don't know if he's going to score.
I mean, the thing is, he's a striker. I mean, to have a good game, he probably has to score.
No, I mean, he might have like good link-up play, create chances, but just doesn't score.
I mean, that he might do, but I mean, keep in mind, I think Warner's main asset is his pace. And, I think Lisandro and Shaw on Warner's side, because Warner normally likes to play off the left. And,
okay, you have to beat Spurs, man. You have to beat Spurs. They're playing Emerson Royal at center back. and they sold Dyer to Bayern. So like, there's no excuses. I'm sorry, if United don't beat Spurs, United are officially Chiefs.
That whole transfer saga is so confusing. So Spurs and Bayern wanted that Romanian guy, I forgot his name, from Genoa. So Spurs get him, and then Bayern think that okay, let's get one of their centre backs to replace him, and they go for Eric Dyer. And it's not even a situation where like if it was a loan deal, I kind of get it because they need squad depth, but it's a permanent deal. Tuchel, what are you doing?
I feel like they just bought a center back because of the whole Kim Min Jae situation, because he's going to the Asian Cup thing,
But there are much better options.
Yeah, like it doesn't make sense. And even if you're going to do that, at least do a loan deal. Why do a permanent?
Yeah, exactly. 5 million for Eric Dyer, who everyone can agree is crap. Like he's got a good shot on him, but that's it, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, it's just really stupid, man. At least they didn't pay a lot of money for it. That's the only positive I can say.
I mean, but Spurs would probably give him away for free.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, Spurs, you guys have to win this game.
Yeah, we do. And
Kulusevski might have a good game.
Kulusevski, yeah, he's a good player, but I think he's on down the right. So I think Shaw's on the side, so I expect Shaw to keep him quiet tomorrow. But I mean, let's see. Yeah. And yeah, so apparently, there's this third of this. So apparently, Anthony Martial will want to stay at Manchester United for this last 6 months because he's on like around 200k a week. So even though he's getting offers from clubs like Fenerbahce, he's rejecting all of them, and he wants to see his contract out. And I hope this is something that we improve with our new board with Ineos, because we need to do, because this happened in the summer as well. Scott McTominay, we got offers from West Ham.
Let me ask you this question: Do you think the salary is the reason why you don't want to leave? Like, we're getting paid so much money, why should we leave, even if we're not playing?
With McTominay, I don't think it's that, because he's on around 70, 80 grand a week. So I don't think.
Well, Martial,
100%. I mean, he's not even fit. Like he's not even fit. He's still not fit right now.
Because look up in their position. Like, oh, I'm earning so much money. If I go to another club, I probably won't earn as much money, even if I'm a starter there.
Yeah, but I mean, in my opinion, it's much more pride, much more respect. As you are in you as a footballer, if you move away from a club to play football, it's out of money.
Well, I mean, it kind of depends on your personal life. We don't know. We don't know how Martial's life is. We don't.
I mean, yes, we don't. But I mean, at the same time, it's not even like. I mean, it's a very confusing one as well, because he's a good player as well. Like when I think even Ten Hag, he likes him. Ten Hag likes Martial as well, but the problem is he cannot stay fit for his life, and that's not completely his fault, because when Solskjaer was here, he did overplay a lot of players, so that probably had a huge factor in Martial's injuries. But still, I mean, there's a lot of examples of players moving away from clubs for game time, and I think that's as much more commendable and respectful as a footballer. And I mean, Martial, listen, he was on 200k a week for his last 3 or 4 years. So how much money does it really need?
Wait, what do you say? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I was saying like there's much more like I just have much more respect for footballers who go away for money. I mean, and Martial, he's been on 200k a week for like 4 years. So how much more money does he need?
Yeah, he doesn't need more.
Yeah, so
my thing is like, if you really are, I mean, if you really are committed to United, you would try to like fix your routine. Obviously, you would try to get yourself better shape. Be work hard in training. And do you think Martial? I don't think Martial does that, right?
I mean, yeah, I would say one thing that has been, I think, it's a strong statement, right? I think at times his work rate has been questionable. Yeah, I mean, like, I haven't really seen him run around, like, pressing. And I mean, to be fair, it's not only him, even Rashford. I mean, that's one of the main things. What's one of the main reasons? And actually, I was thinking about it today, and someone pointed this out when I was talking to someone, and it's actually a very good point. As soon as we gave that huge 350K a week to Marcus Rashford, he immediately started dropping off.
I
I
think what you
mean,
need to do is you need to like reduce that contract.
yeah. And I mean, actually, this is one of the only good things that Woodward did after Ragnick left. He put a policy that if you do not get Champions League football, all of your player salary will get cut by 20%.
Oh, that's a
And
great idea.
yeah, Edward would put that in, and I think it might be still there now. And thinking about it, it could be one of that could be one of the reasons why we did well last season, because maybe these players, a lot of the players, were like, okay, let's play better to improve our wages. And I mean, that's the sad reality of modern football. It's kind of like that now. And yeah, I think there is a big correlation with Rashford's wages and his performances, because after we gave him that contract, I mean, same thing happened with Aubameyang. He was one of the best players in the Premier League. After Arsenal gave him a huge contract, he fell off completely.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it also brings me on to Sancho as well. Sancho's going to Dortmund. Do I think that he'll have a career at United? Very, very. Like if he wants to get back in the team, he's gonna have to be like one of the best players in the Bundesliga for these next few months. Um, but I doubt that'll happen. I think he'll have. I think he'll be like average at Dortmund. I don't think he'll do that well. I mean, it is the Bundesliga, and he might suit it more, but still, I don't think he'll do well at Dortmund because his training routine and things like that. If he doesn't fix the basic stuff like training routine, sleep, and all that type of stuff, I just don't think he'll succeed. So yeah. Also, there was some news. Apparently, Alvaro Fernandez is very close to joining Benfica on a permanent deal. It's just really weird. We keep on like this happened with Iqbal. There was, I think, Noah Amaron. I think was it? Yeah, Amaron, um, and a few other players. We keep on selling our young players to generate money. When we have Scott McTominay right there, who's worth around 20, 25 million, who we can make money off of. But instead, we're selling our youth to raise funds. That doesn't really make sense to me at all. And yeah, and I think Dortmund are playing today as well. So they're playing right now actually. So Sancho can make his debut for Dortmund today. It's like a second debut.
By the way, guys,
no, he's on the bench.
Okay, I found out it's just a loan and there's no buy option.
What? Oh, did I? Oh, Sancho. Yeah, Sancho. Yeah.
Yeah, why is there no buy option?
Because Dortmund probably would want to buy him. So,
I know you guys want to sell him.
Yeah, we do. I think the purpose of this loan is for him to do well in the Bundesliga. Then that will increase interest of clubs, increases market value, so we can get more money for him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I don't think many clubs are willing to pay that much money in a January window. Maybe in the summer they're probably more likely.
Yeah. Yeah, because yeah, because Sancho has not been good for him, and yeah, his downfall has been pretty heartbreaking, because there's so much excitement. I mean, as fans, we waited 2 years, no, not two, around 1 year to sign Jadon Sancho. We tried to go for him for a whole summer, and finally got him next summer, and it just didn't happen. It just didn't kick off. And this is the problem as well with United. We didn't scout him enough. We didn't. There were people in England, people in Dortmund were talking about his lack of discipline with training, with him staying up till late at night playing games, and being late for training. We didn't do proper research, proper scouting on these things, and yeah, just really, it is probably. I mean, I think this transfer is probably the worst transfer in United's history, because even with Maguire, see, at least we're using Maguire until now. At least we're using him, and he still had some good games for United. Sancho, We had a very few handful of good games for United, and we're not even using them now.
Yeah, and Maguire at least like when he wasn't the captain, he was at least I think he was at least committed to the club. He was still willing to do his best.
He was never disrespectful.
Yeah. Sancho, on the other hand,
yeah,
the less said the better. Yeah, basically, I think the moral of the day is don't buy Dortmund players. I think that's the moral.
honestly, bro, honestly, but actually,
maybe Haaland was an exception. Actually, Haaland was an exception.
Yeah, Haaland's the exception, but they had a release clause for Haaland.
Yeah, Dembele, Sancho. Yeah, I just realized both of our clubs got scammed by Dortmund.
And both of them have like poor training habits.
Oh yeah, and then Bellingham. I forgot Bellingham was also exception. I think actually, is it really a Dortmund problem or is it really our problem? We got the wrong players.
Probably our problem. We also overpaid for them.
Yeah, overpaid. I think Bellingham was actually worth 100 million.
Yeah, honestly, because like
I thought at the time it was overpaid, but now it's not. Now it's not.
He is he is like in this season he is the best player in the world. Honestly, this season.
Yeah. Like at the time, I thought Real Madrid overpaid for him initially when I saw it when it was in the summer, I think.
Yeah, and so I think now kind of talked a lot about club football. Now on to the game today, which India had. So Australia beat India 2-0 today, and as an Indian fan, I'm pretty. I'm proud of the boys today because I think we gave it our all today, particularly Sandesh Dingan, who's the centre back for us. He had a head injury during the game, but he still continued playing for the full game, and he was an absolute warrior. Man of the match for me. It's Sandesh Dingan, absolute great performance from him. I think our substitutions were way too late. We only made our subs after we conceded the second goal. In terms of the goals, second goal was just poor defending. No one was marking that Australian player. First goal, that was just a howler by Gurpreet Singh Sandhu, who's the goalkeeper. Disappointed from him, but I think overall, we gave it a good go. We defended really well throughout the game. I think throughout most of the game we defended really well. And let's see what happens against Uzbekistan and Syria. I think Syria will beat. If we can put this level of performance against Australia, then I think we will be Syria. Against Uzbekistan, I have no idea because I've heard from some people that Uzbekistan might even be more dangerous than Australia. But let's see.
I guess I'll give my thoughts. Unfortunately, I didn't watch this game. This game was way too early. It was like 6:30 a.m. I couldn't have watched that time. I just don't have energy. And even if I like the earliest I'll wake up is probably 8. 8 is fine. 6:30 is too early. It's way too early. I'm not watching. I'm not waking up that early just for the game. Unless the World Cup final, then maybe I might watch. But anyways, I watched the comprehensive highlights. I think that's on CBS Sports, and it did a pretty good job of giving the highlights. And for me, India, I think the game plan was to be defensive in this game, and I think the idea was to try to play for a 0-0 draw. And for me, it almost worked. It's just that I just think Australia just have those difference makers off the bench they can bring on, and those players. Sunil Chetri, man, I saw that header, man.
Yeah, should have. He should have scored, but habits are the best players.
Yeah, that was probably the I think correct me if I'm wrong. Was that the closest India got to scoring?
It wasn't actually. There was one very funny. If it would happen, it would have been very funny. Basically, there was kind of a tussle with the ball in around the halfway line, and then somehow the Indian player got a tackle in, and it almost went in. It was like inches off the post.
Yeah, I think I watched a review. I think he said like Australia almost scored an own goal.
Yeah, they almost scored. Yeah, that would have been like the greatest own goal in football.
Yeah. So that was there, and then obviously Gurpreet Singh. He had a good game, but that error, man, that was a bad error, man. Horrible error.
I think apart from those two things, I think we were good mostly.
Yeah, and for me, I think my issue. I think I said this in my preview for my predictions. I said that I wasn't really worried about India defense. I was just worried about India scoring goals because that's my big issue. Because I don't know how you guys can score goals.
Yeah, one player. We probably don't know him, but Manveer Singh for India. He's a player who does very well for his club team in the ISL, but he doesn't do well for the national team. And I don't understand why he's being played as a winger because he offers nothing as a winger. Like our other winger, Lalin Changte, who played, he's very fast, very rapid, so he at least offers something. But Manveer, he's slow. He cannot take players on, doesn't even hold up the ball well. And yeah, I mean, it's just he's pretty much a striker, but we already have Chetri as striker, so I'm not sure why Manveer played. But yeah, I think in the final third we have to improve. But keep in mind, I think today we played with three central defensive midfielders because I mean we were going for a draw today, which is of course very natural. But I think in the other two games, I think we'll start to put more offensive players in our midfield.
Yeah. It's just interesting. Currently, I'm watching Uzbekistan Syria right now. It's currently 0-0, and you need Uzbekistan to win.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean for goal difference as well. 2-0 is not bad for a goal difference.
Oh yeah, dude. I was hearing I was talking to some free people, and they were saying Austria will destroy like 5-6-0. I'm like, no, it's not happening. It's not happening.
I mean, yeah, I mean, let's. I think those also pretty. I mean, did you also see Jingan's performance? Jingan is that guy. Like he has a beard. He had that, like kind of like his hair
Headband?
kind of, yeah, headband. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw in the highlights. Yeah, I think he almost cleared the first goal that Austria scored. I think he tried to put his foot on the line, try to stop it.
Yeah, and he was so good.
Yeah, yeah, like I said, I think India defensively are good. It's just my issue is that attack, where it's just I think the big problem is that if you guys aren't going to score, because you have to, you can't go through this entire term without scoring. You can't advance without scoring a goal. I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, and I mean, it was also. I remember there was one time. I'm not sure if it was in the highlights in the first half. Suresh, one of our midfielders, he got the ball and then suddenly he got all excited and he was like, "Okay, I have the ball." And then he went for goal from a ridiculous angle. He was never going to score from there, and it was an easy catch. And he was in a really good position because Australia only had like two defenders in their box at that time, and he had Manveer and Suna Chetri, in the sides of him. But he just went for goal without looking. He didn't, and this is the problem. I see things like this even in school football. But I'm going from players in my school. They don't scan like this is like this goes back to the basics. I mean, why is Lionel Messi one of the best players in football history? It's because 90% of the time he scans the field. Everything that he does, he planned to do before he actually had the ball. And
well, I think Messi's an exceptional player. I don't think that's really a fair comparison. He's one of a kind.
No, I'm just saying that like scanning is so important, like knowing your surroundings, planning your next.
Yeah. Like you shouldn't you need to you don't just do it for doing's sake. You need to have a plan.
Yeah, like know what you're gonna do with the ball before you're gonna actually get the ball, and which is yeah. I mean that was lacking today from us. Also, our passing as well was lacking as well. Just basic things like overhitting passes, underhitting passes, things like that we need to improve on. But yeah, I mean, I think Brandon Fernandez was an attacking midfielder, and Anirudh Thapa was a box midfielder. Both of them are dropped today because we want to go more offensive. But I think against Uzbekistan and Syria, I think we'll go a bit more offensive because I think we have to score goals in those games. Because Uzbekistan will score, they will score because offensively they're very good. So we do have to score against Uzbekistan if we want to get anything out of the game. And against Syria, of course, we have to score to win the game. So yeah, I think we'll go more offensive in the other games. So hopefully we improve in the final third.
Yeah. Do you think Suna Sergi is better as like a super sub?
No, his first name on team sheet. First name.
Yeah.
I mean, because no one has his experience and like his leadership. No one else can do what he does, and of course, in the game it may not have seemed like he did really well, but I'm telling you, I think even at this stage, he's still one of the best players in our team because as a striker, I think he has no weaknesses. He's pretty fast in terms of. I think he's probably one of the best players in the air in our team, which may seem a bit weird because he's very short, but he's kind of like. Of course, I'm not saying he's as good as Aguero. But in a sense that Aguero was very short, but he knew how to use his body to win headers. So in that sort of sense, Chetri can use his body to win headers. Also, his finishing is of course best in the team by a mile. And yeah, I mean, the only problem, which I think also one of the main concerns in the football community for India as well, is that we don't we Chetri, because this will probably be his last one of his last, yeah, it will be his last tournament for India. So we have no idea who's going to be a striker after he leaves. We have no idea.
Yeah.
It's concerning. Also, huge shout out to Deepak Tangri, who made his debut today for India. Huge match to make your debut, and he did really well. So the midfielder did really well, and yeah, I mean, we held Australia as well to like the 50th minute, and that was no easy task.
Yeah.
Oh, and fun fact also, one of the Australian players after the game, they said that today India, they're not a good footballing nation, but today they were playing. It felt like we were playing against one of the top Asian teams.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
See what happens. But yeah.
So yeah, I think that's about it. And 1-1 by the way in the Man City Newcastle game.
Yeah.
Sylvan Isaac scored.
Yeah. Actually, which Australian players impressed you on the day?
I think that Howdy Suter guy, I mean, he didn't really play well, but he is one to watch out for, I think, because the commentators kept on mentioning him. And he is massive. He is massive. And actually, that was one thing that I was actually impressed by. We gave away so many corners, but we didn't concede a goal from one of them. I was surprised because Australia, they have so many good players in the air. So that was surprising. But yeah, I think in terms of players, I think probably from their team, I guess it's a goal scorer. I'll just get his name up. Yeah, I think Jordan Boss. I guess his movement was good. Like he was pretty dangerous in and around the box. Defensively, I don't think they had much to do. So no players for defensively. But a good win. That good win guy. He did well. He did well. Good win. I think Irvin as well. He scored a goal in midfield. He was pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, I mean, let's see what happens. I think hopefully, I think we'll do. I think we'll do better against Uzbekistan. I think a draw against Uzbekistan and one against Syria will get us through. I think we'll beat Syria. I'll reiterate this. I think we'll beat Syria. I really do. I guess if we, because today we gave it our all. Like all the Indian players were running like animals. So if we do that against Syria, I think we'll win. But against Uzbekistan, I think that'll be the game which decides this group. Because if we can get a draw in that game, I think we'll go through.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting because yeah, according to my foot mob here, it says let's see. According to foot mob, it says Bakus, the DM for Australia, was man of the match.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was good. Like one of them, probably one of them midfielders.
Yeah, Irvine was also good. He scored the opening goal, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing with Australia, I realized is that this team, like, they're kind of a gritty team. Like they just know how to get results.
Yeah.
Even when they're not really at their best.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I think they're one of the teams as well, not favorites, but like they're one of the contenders for the tournament. So yeah, that is something to keep in mind. So yeah, I mean, let's see what happens in next games. So yeah, I guess let's go for score predictions for the United as far as the game tomorrow. So predictions for tomorrow's game.
I'm gonna say 2-0 United.
Yeah, I agree. 2-0 United. See what happens. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, make sure to smash that button and subscribe if you're new. Drop post notifications to be notified when we upload our next video. And yeah, see you guys in the next one.